What's up, Steeler Nation? We are the Observers, Smo, Grant, and Chris, and we're here to talk to you about camp and some preseason football. How y'all feeling?
Can you believe we play a game?
Well,
Actually, no. I
We
can't
got a
believe
game
it.
tomorrow. An
I
actual
can't believe
game.
that. First game tomorrow.
Who do we play?
Yeah,
Texans.
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 Revenge.
Yes, at preseason.
Remember
Show the
last
moves.
year preseason when we looked like Super Bowl favorites?
I wanted to say that. I wanted to bring that up. I will not be getting excited about this team in preseason because of of how good we were last year in the preseason. Didn't we score like every single time the offense was on the first
Yeah.
team off? We had a touchdown. Like, I will not be happy this preseason. So just put that on tape.
I'll just never forget Kenny Pickett walking around like Conor McGregor against the Bills. That was
Do you remember
we.
him against Trevor Lawrence by chance?
Yeah, I do. I stood. I said my piece. I stood up for him. I put my neck out there for a Pit Panther, and I learned my lesson. So I said it. But yeah, we've had camp. We've already got pads on, not the type that Grant used whenever we were in Atlanta. But we have a quarterback competition.
I
I mean,
had food poisoning, so
you were curled up on that
make
couch,
fun of food poisoning if you want.
and you said,
Somebody had to order the loaded nachos at Atlanta Hawks game.
I know we got to see Jokic play for like 5 minutes, and then Grant's like, "My tummy."
All right.
But anyways, we've got a quarterback battle on our hands. Who would have thought, Russ is in pole position and he gets hurt pushing a sled? Then Justin Fields is just like
Yeah, they're blaming
hanging up.
Tomlin for that. They're blaming Tomlin for
Who
him
is?
getting hurt. Just people like saying that he shouldn't have been out there doing
What
that.
people?
Internet, dude.
Oh, good grief.
The new
talking
strength
about what
coach.
people
I mean, what
like.
people?
Why
I want
was
you to
he?
name names. I haven't.
Why
I haven't
was
seen the
why
same.
was he pushing a sled?
I don't know. Do you think it's even true?
Yeah.
Remember last year when they said that nothing was wrong with Najee Harris, and it turned out he had a Liz Frank injury?
Najee was still out there
Dan
grinding that.
Frank injury. What?
Liz Frank
Liz
foot
Frank.
injury. Remember he had
Liz
that.
Frank. Oh, I thought he
He had
was
that.
trapped in a attic. I thought you said Anne Frank.
Oh
Oh
dear.
shit.
No, but like Justin Fields, it seems
I haven't
like he's
seen
taking
Russ out
advantage.
on the field yet.
Here's the thing
He-
though. How's it Tomlin's like I follow Russ on Instagram. That dude's been doing the craziest workouts all off season.
Yeah, I feel like
What?
sled pushing isn't anything new for him. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
he was
lie.
boxing. He was doing random shit. I don't even know what muscles he was working. He all he needed for me needed to be doing was studying the playbook.
Well, I
Yeah,
haven't seen him out. I mean, like, what do you guys think of like who's winning this battle? I mean, it feels like from Twitter, Fields is stealing it right in front of him.
It's not a battle. He's Russell's starting quarterback.
Do you
so
think?
so here's the thing. They do say Russ is in pole position. They use his resume as like the thing that puts him in that position. And the number that I heard was 11. So it's been 11 years since Russ played in the Super Bowl. And Justin Fields is 11 years younger than Russ, which is interesting. Right now, Fields he's been playing well. He's got a good connection with George Pickens, but something that has been happening is he's getting a lot of balls batted down at the line of scrimmage. Now, our D line is good at that. And also, he's thrown a couple picks here and there. And, Tomlin doesn't like turnovers. So they say Russ is still the main guy, the starter. And he did participate in 7 shots the other day. So, and he had a touchdown.
I see Fields running a lot. Like all the clips I see are him like cutting up the defense, which I
Yeah,
love.
That's what he does.
they talk
Do you
about what a
think
freak
do you think
athlete
they'll
he is.
build plays in for him?
I bet there'll be a package. It doesn't mean they'll use it often. I don't see how you can't have something.
You got to get an athlete like that on the field.
I mean, I'm sticking with what I said, dude. I think Russ will start, have a good 6, 7 games, struggle late, and they'll bench him.
Hmm. Where is he going to struggle? I just wonder about that because the
He'll
offense is
struggle
really
in the mid part of the season where like we always do.
So when
We'll
we
lose.
when we go to Washington, are we going to see Fields or Russ?
ooh, week 10.
That's week 10.
Because that's coming out of the bye, right?
That's week
Mhm.
9. 9 or 10.
It's week 10.
We're gonna see Russ, but we'll see Fields in December.
When we're
That
playing December ball against the North,
yeah, that
we're going to run it every play.
That stretch in December will be Justin Fields.
All right, we'll see.
That's interesting. If anything, I could see it being reversed where we see Fields and then Russ comes in. I don't know. To see Fields against the North during that stretch, that'd be interesting.
But let's say this, Chris. Let's get this to your face right now. We do not give a fuck who it is. Okay. We're not rooting for one because you do this to us with Najee. We're not rooting for one over the other. We're rooting for W's. I don't care if it's Mason. Who's the third string? I know he's
Allen?
Allen
yeah.
Iverson.
Kyle Allen, I believe.
Oh, I don't care if it's him. I'm not picking. I'm not rooting for one or the other. It has to just be wins.
Yeah, I mean, I want either one. Yeah. I'm right
No,
there
because
with you.
sometimes when you take a side, you bury your feet in the sand and you don't care.
You know, I am loyal to a fault. This is a fact. But we did see, Pittsburgh do something similar with Ben towards the end, and our QB situation was what it was. So I don't know. We didn't really have a succession plan. But, I am really loyal when I do pick a side. But with these two, I really I see benefits in both. Russ has that experience. I'd like to see the resurgence. Justin Fields is a freak athlete, and he's a big kid too. If he could refine his accuracy, I mean, shoot, that's the quarterback of the future for the Steelers.
And then
right?
again, I mean, it feels like Russ is 1 year and out. It feels like we'll keep Fields. Is that not how you guys feel?
I think it's going to go either way, man.
Do you think Russ has multiple years here?
I think it depends on how he plays, dude. Like I think this team right now is built to win football games, and if they went to the ultimate goal of playoffs, if they went to the playoffs and won a game or two for the first time in a decade plus,
Oh God, I know.
they're just going to ditch the quarterback, and Russ plays well. I'm saying
if Russ plays the whole season, you have to bring him back.
if Russ starts 15 to 17 games, let's say he gets hurt a game, he starts 50, majority of the games, Russ starts and he plays well. I'm not saying that he's like game
He doesn't get
manager
hurt
and they
that
run
much.
everybody. I'm saying like he plays well and they win. He's not going anywhere. I promise you that.
And I don't want him to. I'm a big Russell Wilson fan. I'm thrilled that he's here. I think that he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. I don't think Denver was a great fit. Peyton was a great fit. I think him coming in, Tomlin obviously runs the room, new offensive coordinator. I think this is the perfect fit for him where he's not like his ego's through the roof. I couldn't be happier that he's here.
I still
It's Fields that I'm iffy on.
I still think, man, the coordinator is the biggest difference we're going to see out of this year.
I agree.
The absolute. I'm gonna get. We talked about Arthur Smith quite a bit, but you just go back, man, and look at his years at Tennessee when he was an up and comer and everyone wanted him to be head coach. Like, you mean to tell me like Russell Wilson right now, he's going to be 36 this year. A 36-year-old Russell Wilson can't put up the same numbers that a 32 and 33-year-old Ryan Tannehill did with an Arthur Smith offense.
And it's a better offense.
Yeah. Tannehill threw 55 touchdowns.
Like, who was
55 touchdowns in 2 years? This dude
they had AJ Brown.
He sucks.
They had AJ Brown there.
Yeah.
Still,
Brown, Derrick Henry.
We have more weapons than that.
I'd take Pickens over AJ Brown.
We have more weapon. We have a better tight end than they
And
do.
those were AJ Brown's years. He put up 52 catches for 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. Those are Pickens' numbers. It's like deep balls.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest. We have someone who can actually run an offense this year. Like, I'm sorry, that's going to be the biggest thing that we're going to see.
I'll be honest with you. I'm torn between the two. Whoever it is, be successful. If it's
All right,
like one start,
gut feeling, you have to pick one. Who do you want?
For what? What do you mean?
Starting week 1.
Russ.
Yeah. Chris?
I'm kind of torn because Russ hasn't been playing, man.
I can't believe that. You would have
I am a huge
juggled
Russell
Wilson's balls 5 years ago. You loved him.
I am a huge Russell Wilson fan, but he just hasn't been playing.
Exact same skin color, exact same
height,
face.
Be careful now.
You would love him.
Okay.
So you're not sure. That's crazy.
I am torn on it, but if let's say they were both participating equally in camp and everything,
what's he need to be doing at camp?
Building rapport with his teammates.
He worked out with his teammates all off season.
Pickens wasn't there half the time.
Oh,
you already know. Pickens and Fields are
I sent you an Instagram video the other day of him throwing a fade to Pickens.
Yeah, and that was the 7 shots. But
you think he doesn't know how to? You don't. Come on, dude.
There's something to say with he's done it before, but there's also something to say that he hasn't done it with these guys before.
Fields got.
Is Wilson better than Lamar?
Come on now. Yes.
Throwing the ball, yeah.
At being a quarterback, yes.
Well, Lamar was the number 2 ranked player in the whole league. So you must be wrong.
I'm not gonna dive into that. We'll wait till Ravens week, and then I'll have a whole thing for it. I'm not.
He's just the number 2 player in the whole NFL.
Voted by other NFL players, but yeah, whenever he plays the Steelers, he gives us the ball more than he scores touchdowns. So we're gonna leave it at that. It's a well-known thing. It's out there. You can Google it for people that are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you are. But yeah, Lamar gives the Steelers the ball more than he scores touchdowns. Whatever. But anyways. You would take Wilson over 36-year-old Wilson over MVP Lamar. Yes.
But you wouldn't take him over Justin Fields.
Right.
Because he hasn't played a few practices.
Justin Fields is a bigger.
I think you have a Fields crush. I think you're loving Fields.
He just brings something to the offense that we haven't had in some time. He does have the big arm. Like I said, he's got to refine the accuracy. But if Russ can't go, then I'm fine rolling with Fields. Like I agree. I would feel confident with it. That's just
whatever happens, we cannot have quarterbacks coming in there throwing picks like Trubisky. Yeah. We cannot have turnovers.
For the love of Pete. This Trubisky, I buried that memory.
What's Fields' knock? Is it turnovers? Is it inaccuracy?
Fumbles, yeah.
Fumbles.
Okay.
He doesn't throw. He doesn't.
That'll cause me to freak.
10, 11, 9 picks. So
I'll lose my shit if he starts fumbling the ball.
That's the thing. He runs more. So the odds of him fumbling.
He just needs to learn to tuck the ball.
Run. He's out. Yeah.
He's fumbled 38 times in 3 seasons.
That's terrible.
What?
That's all fumbles. Like the Bears recovered or the other team recovered. So
like
all fumbles.
Back to pass knocked out of his hand.
Went for a run. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's not good.
That's
not good at all. And Tomlin's gonna fucking hate that.
Yeah. Russ is gonna start. Just in knowing that being a possibility. Him getting the ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, and we're about to dive into some camp standouts because
let's go second down. What do we got, Chris?
So I'm just wondering, if you've been taking a look at the Observer's website, checking out the stories and everything, and who your camp standouts are. Grant, I already know you.
He ain't been looking at shit.
Someone has to send me the Observer site so I can bookmark that.
Good grief. SteelersObservers.com.
No,
You're on the front page.
no, I've been paying attention. I've been looking a little bit.
All right. Well, for me, I'm calling Beanie Bishop. We've been looking for that slot corner for I don't know how long. Beanie ran a 4.39 at the combine. He also led the nation last season in passes defended, and he led WVU, West Virginia Mountaineer, with 4 interceptions. So, he could be our guy. He is like 5'9", 182 or 183, and Mike Hilton, the prototype or the ideal slot corner that the Steelers had, is 5'9", 182. So similar in size. We stole Beanie, really, undrafted free agent, but we gave him a $25,000 signing bonus, something along those lines, which is what I'm hearing is like rare for us to
That's
do.
a day's work for Grant.
Right? We got
Well,
smoked,
how much
right?
was it? 25.
Yeah, it's like-
That's a
25,000?
good, that's sweet
25
commish right
grand.
there.
That's nothing for me.
But yeah, so I think like he's one to stand out. With Cam Sutton being suspended, I just see him taking advantage of that opportunity. And I don't know if I did send this in the observers chat, that interception that he had like cat-like reflexes behind the line of scrimmage, picked off Justin Fields. That was pretty sweet.
All right, so you got him as your camp standout. I have a question on camp. Where's Waldo? Like, what's the status on like Najee's mood?
He's great.
It seems like
Is
he's
he
just
going to
getting
be
the
a
business.
distraction this year?
No, he's been like great. Honestly, they've been talking about how vocal he is this year.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Because his arrival to camp was not great.
He was just like walking through the bushes in flip-flops.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he Homer Simpsoned it.
Oh boy. Yeah, no,
Okay.
Najee's had a great attitude. There was that whole video of the backs on backer drill, and they just really focused on Landon Roberts versus Jalen Warren and Najee versus Patrick Queen. We didn't really get to see the others.
Dude,
but
Jalen Warren's legs. My man's a little
Massive.
wrecking ball.
Yeah. Yeah. That drill is set up for the linebackers to win because they're just drilling the running backs. And that's why Tomlin said that he appreciates Najee and Jalen because they ran to the fight. Like they're just sitting there just getting crushed, but they stood their ground and it got a little chippy and all that. So
Smo, do you have a camp standout?
Man, from what I've been hearing and everything I read, it's not like an underrated guy, but it's Patrick Queen, dude. I keep seeing messages about how he blows up every screen. He's over every play. Like we have not had an inside linebacker in quite some time, and dude's a legit player. And I think he gets like
Ravens
lost in the
fans
shuffle
act
of
like we
someone
overpaid
picked
for
up.
him and shit.
Okay.
that's a Maryland thing, though. You know them.
Well, yeah, I was talking to one. It was Garage Door Jake.
Oh, good grief.
He's just
we
pissed he
know how
left,
Garage
dude.
Door Jake is.
Shut
He
up.
said we overpaid for him. So I don't know.
I don't know, but that's a pretty cool story. Mid-game, Tomlin's like, "You're not a Raven," and Patrick Queen's like, get all fuming over there and all that stuff, and he always wants to beat the Steelers. They hardly ever did, except for when Mitch Trubisky gave them the ball how many times. But there's been stories they've been talking about. It feels like I've been drafted here. It feels like I've been a Steeler the whole time, and he's been talking about the difference in camp in Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. He's like, it's unusual to be tackling at camp, meaning Baltimore.
Really?
Yeah, that he said that. And he's been talking about, the difference between the two and how, I wonder what it would be like if I were drafted here and all that stuff. He feels like a Steeler.
Love to hear
Yeah,
it.
I'm excited to see him play. Like Smo said, we haven't had anything like him since Shazier, but what's the deal with like the other guys? Like I saw Roberts is back. What's Holcomb? What's Quan? Like, are those guys all back?
Quan's not gone. Holcomb is still rehabbing. I think he might be back at some point in the season. So you got a Landon, Queen, the rookie Peyton Wilson. He's going to play a ton. He's been all over the place.
I was going to say, I'm surprised nobody called him out because
Yeah,
They said he ran like a 4.43 40. So he's like he's faster than Patrick Queen, and
I think
bigger.
he's gonna start on third downs.
Yeah, dime linebacker.
He's
Yeah.
gonna cover, yeah.
Yeah, but they were saying he's like Patrick Queen on steroids. So pretty excited about him. So I was surprised nobody called him out. Zach Frazier, another Mountaineer, uh, battling for that starting center position. He hasn't had many opportunities. Big Herbig has been getting like most of the first team reps.
On center?
Yeah.
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 Wow.
But Tomlin has been saying that, the in-game action in the preseason is going to tell us more of a story than anything else. So he's got an opportunity. I don't want to butcher Troy's last name, but it's looking like
not to.
Fautanu.
Tonic, whatever. I ain't trying that. I sound like a hit.
I think he's starting at right tackle.
Yeah.
I think with the games this year, it's not so much getting hype with like us winning or doing something, but like watching individual units play and picking up on guys, and the O-line is like the key to watch.
Well, we can't watch because per you last year you told us that they mix and match so much. They're like testing so much out and not shifting or double teaming. So like don't take too much stock in preseason O-line play.
You can still I want to see where they line up. I want to see who gets the reps where. Are they going to split time with Moore, and are they going to play Jones at all on the right side? I hope not. Are they going to split Moore and Jones on the left? Like what side's McCormick going to play on? Like that type of stuff I want to see. They still have that Spencer Anderson dude around for depth.
Mm-hmm.
Like that line's going to like shift big time because they're not going to bring Daniels back. Who knows about Sayamalu after his next year? Like those young guys are going to be the line for quite some time if all goes well.
Yeah, we got good pieces there. Mason McCormick, they're saying, has been impressive. So he's adapted to the NFL really well. So yeah, we got some young cats making noise.
All right, so
let's get to the big topic.
The big third down. Go ahead.
All right, so the Steelers have been actively pursuing another wide receiver, and San Francisco has just been really difficult about letting him go. It's like, dog, get over it. Like, he doesn't want you. Like, let it go. So Brandon Aiyuk, we've been trying to work out a trade for him. And then these smug stories from GM John Lynch coming out like the Steelers haven't given us an offer that we're satisfied with. And the scoop is they're asking for 2 first-round picks, a wide receiver, and a candlelit dinner with Sierra. Something along those lines. Like, what?
How long has he been workshopping that joke?
I know, dude.
I thought of that today.
He hinted at that in the text thread, and I was wondering like what he meant. That is
when I get a thing,
that is epic Chris flop.
Oh, like, good. Yeah, right. You know that.
Like hit. Corny I mean, that is like prime Chris corn.
You're drunk.
Dude, so Aiyuk, I mean,
we're not giving we're not
what?
They're not getting 2 first. They're not getting a single first for him.
I don't think they can give if they gave a first for him, I'd be upset.
Yeah, I don't because we have to pay him too.
1 first and giving him 30 million?
Get the fuck out of here. I heard that the number was around the 49ers offered him 26. I thought it was around
England offered him 30. He would have been the third highest paid receiver if he went to New England.
But it's not about that. Like for some of these guys, yeah, it's get the bag. Like that culture, that dumb shit, but you don't win anything. With Aiyuk, he wants to be in Pittsburgh. He wants to play for Tomlin, and there's something to be said about that.
I mean, I agree. I think that he does want to be. I mean, it's obvious he wants to be here now. But like, can we match? Well, the word is that we have matched the Niners, but we haven't. We're negotiating with him on like contract and years. So the Niners, we've agreed to them, but now it's like back and forth with him and his agent. And let's point out that Smo 3 weeks ago said no chance.
I didn't think there was a chance.
I mean, it hasn't happened yet, so
That's true. Hasn't happened. Pony is tripling down on this.
he's standing on business.
All 10.
Yeah.
10 toes down. Pony. That's great. I mean, dude, if we got it, like, what kind of game changer do you think this is?
It's huge.
Huge?
Oh, yeah, he can block. I mean, obviously, he can make big catches. There was a stat out there that it was something ridiculous I saw today where there was only a handful of catches that he made that were not for a first down or a touchdown. Like it was something, it was an absurd number. So, like, if he gets the ball, he's moving the chains or he's scoring.
I
Now,
mean, you got a single. You can't like it. It's huge, dude. Him and Pickens on the outside, and you still have to worry about Najee and Warren gashing you, or like Muth over the middle. They'd have weapons. Like their biggest thing right now is they don't. If Pickens were to get hurt, they're screwed. They're screwed.
Yeah.
So like they need a second guy. If they can somehow reel Aiyuk in, and it certainly looks like they will, like it's favoring them. Like it seems like he's prepared to sit out the year. And like if you're the Niners,
You got to want him out of there.
and you're trying to win, like you don't want the distraction, and you don't want to lose him for nothing.
They're saying
Like, you're trying to
Shanahan's
win.
already. Yeah, they're saying Shanahan's over it. Like the way he's just like carrying himself around the facility because he's not practicing, but he's out there. He's like dapping people up and all this stuff.
I mean, they've paid everyone else. They drafted other receivers. Like it's clear that they're preparing for it.
Mhm.
McCaffrey's calling him a former teammate already. Like, just move on.
Just give him to us.
Right. Like, get over it. He doesn't want to be with y'all. It's like the person that holds on like way too long. Like, I love her. Like, come on, man. There would be more for that. But 49ers, we got something for y'all here soon.
Are the 49ers kind of whiners?
They're not really winners, I'll tell you that, of Super Bowl. Well, they've got what, 5?
They've got 5.
Yeah, they got 5. But it's been a minute. They've been to a lot recently, and they just haven't brought it home. And that window's closing because Purdy's going to be due for an extension.
They feel like us. They feel like a little Steelerish, but like a little less.
They're in California.
Yeah, they're like a liberal Steeler.
Yikes.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, they feel like not our little brother, but just like maybe a mad cousin. But we're taking Aiyuk from them, so thank you for that.
Yeah, just hurry up. Let's get
this. Yeah, I don't want to keep you. I'm wasting too much time on Twitter looking for this.
He needs to start practicing with Russ. They need to sync up.
Well, Russ isn't practicing, so it's going to be Fields.
They're just going to show up the game day.
Just he and Pickens on the same field, and then if we manage to not trade Calvin Austin or anybody else throughout that
would you give Muth up for him?
Probably.
Really? That's not. I don't disagree, but it's like sad. I feel like Muth is a Steeler, but he sucks at blocking, dude.
He's got untapped, but like that's why I still feel like he's gonna be used a ton. But I also feel like if you get Aiyuk, you can slot another tight end in there and make up the same numbers.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we use Washington this year.
Washington, Little Hayward's going to catch his 20 passes. They brought in another tight end who played with Smith last year. I think he's more of a blocker, but they've got.
If you're the Niners, would you not take Muth in like a second? I mean, I guess you have Kittle, so I guess not.
Well, you can
get rid of Muth. That's tough. Getting rid of. Honestly, I don't want to trade a player.
Chris cannot give up any players. He can only give up picks because he's too attached.
The only one I could see, let's say James Daniels, because we know we're not bringing him back, right? So that would be it. Like I don't want to.
That's the only player you give up.
I don't want to get rid of Darnell Washington. Heck no. Darnell Washington is a
Yeah, but
monster.
we don't use him.
Not yet. That was because Matt Canada. We didn't use anything.
You loved him.
Man, again,
Pull the
loyal to a
tapes.
fault.
Don't do it. Pull the tapes.
Loyal to a freaking fault.
wanted him back. So all right. What's fourth down?
Man, well, the preseason game, we're resting
Game.
7
Texans.
starters. Yep. Resting 7 starters. So
Seven's not enough, but that will take it. I didn't see the starters were resting. I assume it's got to be TJ, Cam, Russ, Najee, Minka, Pickens. Pickens playing?
I don't think they
Think
said
so.
they're resting him.
Is it Queen maybe?
Yeah, Queen's not
Oh,
playing.
it better be him.
Yeah, he's not playing.
God, the preseason sucks so bad, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta get
What a
those
waste.
rests.
It's such a waste of time.
Yeah, but I'm excited.
We
to see
didn't-
Zach.
Sayamalu, Hayward, Watt, Highsmith, Wilson, Queen, and Minka are not playing.
Yeah.
So Pickens is playing. And Muth and all of them. Is
So we'll get to
is
see.
Wilson back? Roman?
No.
He's out of the boot, but he probably won't play in this game.
We
So we'll
didn't
get-
talk. We didn't talk about Burrow's brilliance. I think I sent it to the text, but his thought on like the season, adding a game,
The
2
second bye
buys.
week.
Yeah, dude. I don't know who planted that in his head, but that sounded great. And the Super Bowl is like President's Day weekend where everyone's off on Monday. And you get 2 buys and you do the Pro Bowl, like they do like the rest of them, like the NBA, and have like skill. Dude, it was great.
The only
Goodell-
brilliant thing that Joe
Goodell
Burrow
would
does,
never do it.
the only brilliant thing that Joe Burrow does is throw the ball to the Steelers, which he does. He turns the ball over. It's like 3.5 times a game, something like that. So yeah, that's about when it comes to brilliance and Burrow. It's about all. Or if he's like not there.
Chris is in mid-season form.
Oh, good grief! I'm ready to roll. Like
He's ready.
outside of that,
3.5 times per game.
outside of that Olympic
He's
basketball
just
game
reading
today.
his screen, his second screen, like, oh, I have to say this.
No, that came off top. I'm freestyling out here, boys. Sure, I think about what I'm going to say, but
Have you guys gotten any new Steeler gear for the season?
no. But Smo has a whole wish list.
Yeah, well, I did get the sideline hat, but not.
Did you get the
training-
black one?
No, I got that one white one
Okay.
a couple months ago. I got to do a new order so I can get the magnet, the schedule magnet.
Yeah, somebody gave me one.
A new one?
A family member gave me the magnet and I didn't have to order it. So I'm like, man, I usually just order to get this magnet, but now I got it.
Okay,
So, huh?
I said okay.
But like I feel like I need to order something.
Yeah, you should support the team.
Are you gonna get a Wilson jersey?
You made the rule we're not allowed to buy jerseys.
No, you're not allowed to buy jerseys.
What the fuck? Why me?
Because you are a jinx. Every jersey you buy, the player either takes his shirt off in the middle of a game and runs off the field, or
Devin Bush.
blows out an ACL. You're the observer curse.
Wow.
You ruined Devin Bush. You ruined Antonio Brown. You ruined TJ Watt.
Montradius Adams ruined TJ Watt. I ain't do that. That was friendly fire, sir.
Over under 6.5 games before TJ misses a game.
Ugh.
That's depressing. But I would say he gets through 7. He gets through the bye week.
He makes it
gets
to the bye week. Okay.
Oh, I would be thrilled if he made it to the bye week.
He made it to week 17 last year.
Yeah. I mean, what's there to
When
be
we
said?
needed him the most.
Yeah,
Gosh, man.
I love him. All right, anything else?
No, I'm just excited for the
We're
49ers.
finally back. We're one day away from seeing black and gold. I got to start getting my futures in. We'll do a little bit of a gambling episode soon. I'll
Gotta
do
predict
some
the
over.
schedule.
We got to do the schedule.
I think
And
we got to
next-
wait towards the end of preseason. 'Cause
So
we need to
next
know, we need to know what
episode
the
we'll do-
roster is.
Next episode we'll do the gambling one, and then the final one before the season we'll do our predictions.
When are we gonna recap? Are we gonna let all the preseason games happen before we come back? Or are
No,
we
we're
gonna-
back, dude.
That's
So
it.
like,
We're back.
So are we recapping each preseason game?
We're back next week.
Same time.
I'll be in Morgantown tomorrow. Shoot, I'll be watching the game from there.
The
Shoot.
game.
Shoot. Hee hee.
I don't do that. Yuck. I don't do all that.
All right.
Oh,
Anything
boy.
else, boys?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. We'll see you next week. We'll recap the game.
Observers out.